Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and today we're going to be doing a Sharks versus Bulls preview. Rainbow Cup SA semi-final really, or a mini-final I suppose as it is, because the winner of this, depending on how the winner goes, could be going to the North versus South final. For the Bulls, they basically need a single point. That's it, they need a single point. If they get a losing bonus point tomorrow, they are through to the North versus South final against Benetton from Italy. For the Sharks, it's a bit more complicated than that. They need to try and beat the Bulls with a bonus point victory and prevent them from getting a losing bonus point. So it's all to do for the Sharks, really, and they picked a decent side, but are struggling with a bit of injuries. So, yeah, it's going to be a very tough game, I think, for the Sharks. But before we look at the team themselves, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. In case you missed it, Stormers versus Lions has been cancelled as a result of a bunch of COVID tests coming back positive in the Lions camp. So very unfortunate we don't get to see that game at all. I suppose from a Springbok point of view, it means that there's no chance of the Stormers players, for example, getting injured. I don't think there's going to be anyone to see the silver lining anywhere for the Lions anyway, so that wasn't really much of a concern. So I suppose there's always a bit of a silver lining. But yeah, in terms of the game tomorrow, it is a game which is going to be quite interesting, and you've got to back the Bulls. But Jake White has basically said that he's saying we're treating it as a must-win. He said we're not going there to try and find a point. He said anything less than a win will be a bad result, which kind of shows you that, and I think it's twofold. It shows you a bit of a elite mentality, but it's all about momentum. You know, rugby's sport's a strange thing. It's all about momentum. So if you've got momentum winning the game tomorrow going into next weekend, that makes a very, very big difference. As opposed to losing a game. Sometimes it's amazing how one loss can kind of throw you off, and sometimes you might not go into the final, for example, with the same sort of mentality or the same sort of attitude. But in terms of the team, so Sharks have not named a bench yet because they're struggling with quite a few injuries and stuff like that. So their bench is still to be named. There is a possibility that we could see Thomas Toy and Oxenchair feature once again, despite the fact that they are supposed to be rested this weekend. But Sean Everett, who said that he might be forced into actually having to name them depending on injuries and COVID cases and stuff like that. So at the moment, it's Coetzee starting at loose head. Karen Fafino continues after a very impressive game last week. And Kutam Kuno, who's just come back from Cheetahs on loan, he will start at tight head. JD Van der Mesh and Hiron Andrews will be the two lock combinations. Siya Kolisi is back in the lineup. He'll take up the number 6 shirt. Timolani Boli remains in the side. A very nice player. They came in quite early for last week against the Lions for James Fenter, who walked off injured. So he's back in the starting lineup. And Pepsi Buthelezi, who scored a very nice try last weekend, I thought actually played very well last weekend, he will start at 8th man. No Henko Fenter at this stage at the moment. You've then got Jaden Hendrickson, who I thought was very good last weekend. Could have gotten to that team of the week. Set up a very nice try. He will partner Cohen Bosch after Mani Liebach got an injury, which is a pity because I think I would have liked to see Mani Liebach play this weekend. Not so much because I'm saying he's better than Cohen Bosch, but I thought he was very good last weekend. I thought he was very different to Cohen Bosch. I think he's far more attacking. And given the fact that the Sharks need to go out and score 4 tries tomorrow, I thought Mani Liebach was much more suited to trying to do that. You know, it's going to be one of those times where, you know, if the Sharks can win like, you know, I don't know, 52-28 type thing, that would work for them, you know, type of thing. So, or 44, you know, 34 type thing. You know, it's about them scoring lots of tries. So, you know, it's not really going to be about a tactical kicking game as much. You know, Cohen Bosch is not going to have to sit there slotting penalties. You know, they're going to make sure they score 4 tries tomorrow. And I think that if you're going to try and score 4 tries, you want to put most of your attacking players on. So I'd have liked to have seen Mani Liebach play. Marcus Pimpy is struggling with a bit of a stiff calf, but has been named in the lineup. And Marius Lowe is also struggling with a bit of an ankle injury, but they've both been included in the starting lineup. So they are both also injury doubts potentially. But Lakanya is back into the side. He'll start at outside centre and will captain the side. Anthony following shifts from fullback to wing, and Apelele Fassi comes into the starting lineup. So it's not the strongest Sharks starting lineup. I think the front row is probably the biggest sort of cause for concern, and we don't know what kind of bench we're going to see. So depending on the bench, you know, I think it's going to be a tough time for the Sharks because this is a very, very good Bulls side. And there's a lot of continuity happening with the Bulls and a lot of consistency with selection. So front row of Gerard Steenekamp, Johan Grobela, Morne Smith, it's fairly established, and then they like to bring on Trevor Nyakane and Jacques Van Rooyen just to sort of, you know, then take them over to the next level. So it could be quite interesting as Oxenchair and Thomas Toy, for example, do get named on the bench. That'll hopefully nullify, well, for the Sharks, will hopefully nullify that Jacques Van Rooyen and Trevor Nyakane effect in the second half. While Steenkamp will partner Janko Swanepoel, who I thought was very good in that first weekend of Rainbow Cup and has struggled to sort of get a chance to start since then. And Marco Verstappen comes back into the lineup, but Ruan Nokia will start at flank. He's been shifted from the lock in the absence of Albert Lowe and Dwayne Vermeulen, who are both injured. Marcell Coetzee will start at 8th man. He will also be the captain. It's one of those things. The Bulls, if you're going to be captain, you have to play 8th man. Nizam Kar, Dwayne Vermeulen, Marcell Coetzee all captaining from 8th man. Ivan van Zyl will start at scrum half. He'll partners Morné Steyn. A week after he was named in the box squad, a return to the box squad. Shavina Jacobs, Badosh Tumwe is fairly standard, as is Cornel Hendrickson, Marco Jansen, Fury, and David Creel starts at full back. So that's all quite standard. A couple of changes on the bench, though. We've got Skalki, Rasmus, Jacques Van Nooy, and Trayvon Yekani, which is standard. But we've then got Nizam Kar. Muller Ace gets an opportunity this weekend. He'll come off the bench, as does Keelan Johannes, Clinton Swart, and then Gio Aplon, a Springbok cap player, coming off the bench as well. So it's a very good Bulls side. I definitely think it's got the power to go and beat the Sharks. And I think the Sharks will be going in as definite underdogs. But sometimes the underdog card can do strange things. So let me know what you think is going to happen in this game. I think we're going to see... Yeah, I just think the Bulls are going to be too... I think you look at the side, I think it's going to be too much for the Sharks. So I'm going to go with Bulls by 10. I think that they will breeze. I don't think they'll breeze, but I think they'll do enough to beat the Sharks. I think they'll get into that final next weekend, and they'll be off to Italy in the next couple of days to face Benetton. That's my predictions. Let me know what yours are down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. We will be live tonight for another news show, so make sure you come and hang out 8:30 South African time. Make sure you come and hang out and turn your notifications on so you do get a notification when we go live. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.